All right, bang, bang. It's the Rundown live from Chicago. Not live, but taped. You get what I mean. It's the Barstool Live. It is Wednesday. It's June 15th. It's myself. It's White Sox Dave, and it's Chief. And this Rundown is presented by Curve. If you're interested in taking control of your finances, managing them all in one place, no matter whether it's in dollars or crypto and earning extra rewards on top, let me introduce you to Curve. Curve combines your entire wallet into a single card, and this Curve credit card and app will change your life forever. Curve lets you earn cash back on your Curve card plus your current card/debit cards. Accidentally order some late night bites in your corporate card? Use Curve's Go Back in Time feature and switch around your payment using Curve. You want to power to optimize your rewards on your own terms? Use Curve's Smart Rules feature. Go to curve.com/Barstool to enter their wait list. A lot is coming in the future with Curve and Barstool, so sign up early. Terms and conditions do apply, And, this sounds like Dave using the reverse on the company corporate card. This sounds like something you could use.
I don't have a company card to abuse, but I'm not gonna lie. I had never heard of Curve prior to this ad read, and it has piqued my interest.
I'm intrigued as well.
I am intrigued to where I'm going to download it as soon as this show's over, because this is exactly what I need to get my spending in check.
Who doesn't like points?
Yeah,
points on points.
I just bought an entire patio set with points.
Nice.
Beautiful. Curve.com/Barstool. Go check it out. Topic one of the day, we have the Avalanche and the Lightning ready to kick off here. They're
you want to start with Dave?
Game one. Yeah, White Sox Dave. Let's start with you.
I got the Avalanche. Chief, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's like
Hold on, Nate McKinnon.
There you go.
Boom.
You ever heard of Cale Makar?
No.
Okay, so he's like this generation's Bobby Orr. That might be a little hyperbolic, but he is spectacular. So it feels like the Avalanche are on the precipice of something like great. They have all these young, super fast, awesome players who have like manageable contracts. So like Nate McKinnon has said repeatedly, like he will always take less because he wants to win. Like that's my kind of a guy.
Me too.
And they're right there. And then the Lightning are going for the first three-peat of my lifetime. Nobody has done a three-peat since the Islanders in the early 80s. So you got two storylines going, and it's going to be, in terms, if you if you want to be entertained, these are like the fastest teams. They got a little bit of nasty to them. They're incredibly skilled. Both teams are. So it's not like, like if you grew up in the 90s, like watching New Jersey Devils, it was like they're awesome, but they're fucking boring. Both of these teams are just fucking awesome and great to watch. So if you're like a casual like Dave, like I think, you tuned in a little bit to Colorado and Edmonton.
Yeah.
I think you'll.
It was like going from watching, a handful of dog shit Blackhawks games this year.
It's a different sport.
It's like the Blackhawks were in quicksand and these guys were.
Yeah,
and attract me. Yeah,
right. And so this is going to be similar to that, but obviously Tampa is going to be much better defensively than Edmonton was, so it'll be more of a battle. I think it's going to, depending on if Colorado can kind of shake the rust off, and because they've had a long layoff here where Tampa Bay went 7 or 6 games. I think we're in for a good one. So I'm actually excited. Usually I'm a little bit like, especially when the Hawks are out, I'm like, let's just get this season over with, and like so the Blackhawks are in the news and doing stuff. This I can't wait. Like
You want 7 games?
I want 7 games, and then more so like I had Cubs tickets like for free available tonight, and I'm like, I'm staying on the couch and watching the game.
There you go.
So it should be good.
Stanley Cup Finals.
Yep.
Next topic here, actually a little kind of local here for the national audience. The Cubs and the White Sox broadcast networks edited out fair commentary about their respective teams. So the White Sox, you could roll to that. Maybe you can't roll to that. I don't know what we can and we can't share on the Barstool YouTube, but whatever. It was about Tony La Russa. It was all over the news about how he walked Trey Turner on a 1-2 count. And then the Cubs, there was criticism of Jed Hoyer, the general manager, was removed on Marquee Sports Network. White Sox, Dave, we'll start with you. You don't believe that there's any shady business here?
No, so people were bitching about the White Sox doing this yesterday, and I'm not going to speak on the Cubs because I don't know that full story. But on the White Sox, so as Ed said, Tony La Russa has just faced like unrelenting criticism all season because the White Sox have stunk with respect to expectations. And then he went and walked Trey Turner in a 1-2 count, intentionally walked him. And then next pitch, or a couple pitches later, Max Muncy hits a bomb, a 3-run bomb, and it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen done. So as I'm sure is the case at every market in the entire country, they show the replays after, like a few hours after the actual airing of the live sporting event. So they condense it down to 2 hours and they take shit out. For whatever reason, Comcast decided to cut out Tony La Russa intentionally walking, which it doesn't make sense to me because it was the biggest moment of the game. But they could have just taken out like a 3-up, 3-down inning, whatever. But from what the White Sox said, they're like, we don't got anything to do with this. It's a third party out in Philadelphia or somewhere in Pennsylvania, I want to say, that cuts it up and puts it out. Like, quit bitching at us. Like, there's plenty to bitch about the White Sox for. This isn't one of them. I think it's a non-story. Chief, I know you have a little different opinion. I think there's no conspiracy here. I think that whoever was in charge of editing the game to 2 hours just took that out for whatever reason. I don't think the White Sox had anything to do with it. The cat was already out of the bag. Everybody already knew Tony La Russa made a dumb fucking decision. So it's not like hiding it's going to do later. That's my take.
Yeah, I think it's, I don't know about a conspiracy, but I do think that the team, Reinsdorf owns 50% of the network. So there could be like best practices for, if things are on the chopping block, if it's tight, maybe remove the thing that makes us look fucking stupid. I think that could be on the table. So, let's say that it is, and let's say the Cubs thing, like they're trying to remove criticism from their own network. That's good for us. If the teams are running this thing, and they're just not authentic, and like that kind of drives people towards us who want to have like an honest discussion. Yeah. So, this is like a thing I would say across many teams in Chicago. I think the Blackhawks historically have been probably the most inauthentic team in terms of how they relate to the media and the fans.
Who's that? Sorry,
the Hawks. I think they under John McDonough they were terrible about it, and there really hasn't been an opportunity yet for them to kind of change, to show that they're changing their ways on that. I guess when Danny Words actually had Sam Bowman come to our old little shitty Ukrainian village office, that still makes me laugh. Yeah, but other than that, so that would be a change under new ownership, but. I think that's like a problem for these teams, and that they don't have a pulse on their own fans because they're just trying to tell them what they should think, and people are smarter than teams give them credit for, and that's why they always get caught doing shit like this.
Right.
I'm not surprised. I also think it's naive to think that there's not a chance, Dave. Because
there's definitely a chance, and the White Sox fuck up plenty, and if. Like, my whole thing is if you're trying to hide it, that's just going to make it worse because it's going to bring it back to the news cycle. So if you're dumb enough to do that.
But teams always do that.
Anybody's dumb enough, it's the White Sox. I just don't think they did it.
Oh, I think it's a combination of – I think the White Sox, it might be they're dumb enough. I think the Cubs and the Ricketts, it's like an arrogance.
Well, the Cubs, it's like Cubs, that's quite literally state-controlled media.
That is, yes.
So I like.
But Jerry owns 50% of that.
Sure, but like at the same time, that network, they can't bite the hand that feeds them because right now they broadcast the Bulls, the Hawks, and the White Sox, and they are living on that. Yeah. No offense to the other programming, but it's just true. That's a lot of sports programming for these networks. They are living on live events, and they can't piss off these teams. So they need to do shit like this. So I understand.
I promise you the White Sox don't have the fan base or the numbers to go out and say fuck Comcast for doing what the Cubs did. They just can't.
Yeah,
no, they don't. But they could also go to another. They could definitely shop around. There could go other networks that they wanted to go to.
But I do think like the teams in general would be better off if they just had honest conversations, and they'd be better off for their maybe not internally with their players or their employees. But in terms of dollars and making money and getting people to tune in, no one's watching. The reason that they watch the White Sox post game is because Ozzy just lets it fucking rip.
Yep.
And there's a reason why the other shows don't do as well, and it's because it's people are afraid to step out of line.
Criticism's tough for just about everybody.
To that point, the White Sox have said, they've never publicly said this, but everybody knows it's the case that. So long as Jerry Reinsdorf owns the team and Hahn and Kenny Williams are in charge, Ozzie Guillen will never manage for them again because they don't want to deal with the media sideshow. And it's like, dude,
that's so stupid.
What has fucking happened?
What has this been?
Yeah.
Since you hired this 95-year-old guy.
Exactly.
It's been a media sideshow. So could I see them doing it?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't think they did.
Okay.
They were like, what? They probably were just as surprised as we were. That's
your gut. That's your read on it.
Yeah, that's my read on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Next topic here, another Major League Baseball topic. Mike Trout's bat broke and went through the umpire's mask. Scary situation here.
This is
Yeah, they could have lost a fucking eye.
Well, that's what I say. Like, I don't fuck around with eyes. Like, you can basically, I feel like in this day and age, like, fix anything. You know, you lose an eye, like that dramatically shifts your life from appearance to how you're. Like, he can't work if he only has one eye. Like, that's a very serious thing. I almost feel like they should either have some kind of like visor or something on, like, required, because even if it happens once, it's a catastrophe. I don't even like. There was a time where I had like corrective lenses for like when I was growing up, and they're like, "Do you want contacts?" And I tried to put contacts in once. I'm like, I'm not touching my eyeball. Like, I'm just gonna.
I couldn't do it
I'll
either,
just
so
wear
I got
glasses.
LASIK.
Yeah,
I could not touch my eye. Dave, what do you got on this?
Super scary. Just shit luck. I mean, I've never seen that happen other than what we were talking about before it aired when Tyler Colvin, this 2008, I think it was, for the Cubs, was running down the third base line. He was looking back to see the play. The broken part of the bat like stuck into his chest, but
it's one of those things that's like it's like
99%
an irrational fear. Like, I remember playing floor hockey as a kid, and they had that little gap in the mask when you played goalie that the puck could fit through.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that really going to happen? It happened to my buddy.
Did it really?
Yeah, he caught a fucking
Like
a lifter right to the forehead.
Yeah.
Little plastic puck.
I don't know
plastic
why,
orange
but
puck.
like I never even like the only when I was playing hockey, I never had any fear of like anything. And like, you know, there were times where you just had the visor. When I stopped playing hockey basically when I started, like when I'm older in my 20s, because people had no idea where the puck was going once it left their stick. Like, when you play with good players, you don't fear anything. When you get out there with like now people who probably play it as well as I do, the puck's going like 8 feet over the net. Like, you're much more likely to get hit in the face playing men's league than you are playing in the NHL.
Yeah. Now, this might be a dumb question too. Feels like people get hit in the face way more in the playoffs. That's just because people are being more risky and they're getting in front of it, I assume.
I think there's an element of that.
Do you agree with me though?
Yeah, I don't know statistically if they are like a higher percentage or not. Yeah. It does feel like and like you're also, it might just be like you're paying attention more too.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a fan. So, but I could see that being a thing where it's like guys are like willing to do anything to block a shot, including throw their face in it in front of it. Like, I remember that time. I think it was 2011. It was like Stamkos got it against Boston. Like, Boston was on their, I think it was either 11 or 13. Boston was in the conference finals against Tampa, and Stamkos like literally just blocked the puck with his face. Or Duncan Keith in 2010 lost all his teeth, and he missed like 3 minutes. Lost all of his teeth.
Crazy assholes, man.
Yeah,
they really are. Next topic here: Little Caesars out Pizza the Hut. They are replacing Pizza Hut as the official pizza of the NFL. Dave.
I have a take.
Yeah,
I think
I know what you're gonna say.
Chain gross pizzas, Little Caesars, I think is the best.
Interesting.
$5 hot and ready, I can consume it.
Okay.
I feel like the only time I have pizza like this would be potentially in an airport, and I think I like those airport, like the little singular pizzas from Pizza Hut, better than Little Caesars. But I don't have like a strong opinion on it.
Listen, I think I'm happy about this move. I like both. Obviously, if they're shitty pizza,
I can't tell you the last time I've had Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I'm not ignorant to the fact that they're shitty, but at the same time, Little Caesars, the Detroit brand. Like, I like that they're battling. They got that Red Wings Pistons arena up there.
Yep.
And I don't know. I like that little fucking Julius Caesar mascot.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Guy.
Pizza.
Yeah, exactly. Good guy.
So yeah, if you're giving me a little bit of that during broadcast, hey, pizza.
Yeah.
I'm on board with that.
And like, there's
18
weeks in a football season. And, sometimes you don't need good pizza. Sometimes you need a fucking $5 hot and ready.
Yeah.
You just plop it down.
I'm going with the good pizza.
Well, 18 weeks, Dave. There's a lot of weeks. I know you would.
You wouldn't turn it down if someone else bought it. If it was sitting there at somebody's house.
I'd bitch about it.
But you'd still eat it and be fine.
Yeah.
But I agree with the people. You don't always need good pizza. You just don't.
There's always a baseline, And I think Little Caesars, Pizza Hut, Domino's, they all kind of hit that like minimum threshold.
See, Domino's is on my ban list.
Why are they banned?
Ooh.
They made major infractions.
Okay.
We can get into at a later time.
All right, we'll get into that. But yeah, congrats to Little Caesars, I guess. I mean, it's the
They-
way that
they-
they've like reshaped their brand to be like the most convenient and the quickest it's admirable.
Yeah.
It really is. They pivoted. Shout out to the Illich family. Last topic here: passengers aboard British Airways flight to DC they were in panic as water gushed from the ceiling. Chief, we'll start with you.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it for me. Like, if I don't know how planes fly. Like, that's one of those things where it's like, what the fuck? How is this even in the air? But you just trust that everything's going fine. I've never, like, turbulence you expect. I've never had, like, the little oxygen mask drop down. And I certainly have never been on a flight where there's fucking water gushing from the ceiling. That, like, I don't really get freaked out about flying ever. That would bother me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So
my buddy Scott Merkin was flying to somewhere recently for the White Sox. He's a White Sox MLB beat writer, and they had the oxygen masks. And he's like, I might be done flying. I'm like, that you have to follow the team. How are you? He's like, it was the scariest thing in my life.
I thought that would happen way more in life than it's happened.
what?
Like movies made it seem like the oxygen masks were just popping down every flight you go on.
Snakes on a plane, just oxygen mask coming down.
Yeah, would you rather snakes or water?
Snakes, because it's not a mechanical issue or something. You can duck and dive.
Yeah, so you're
lock yourself in the bathroom or something.
You're making good
only
points.
6 bathrooms though.
Because initially I'm like, all right, if it's just water, like it was assuming it's not rainwater. It was most likely just in the plane already.
Yeah.
And weight wise,
Did you watch the
distribution
video?
wise,
That wasn't just in the plane. That was like there was a hole in the plane somewhere.
that's what they said it was, though, right?
I think that's what they said. I got the article up here.
That it was just it was.
I mean, it's
the airline
like
told
a
Daily
water.
Mail that a failure in the water storage unit in the back of the plane flooded the stretch. So yeah, it was like a water storage thing.
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
not like
Okay.
coming through a hole. But I will say that there is an element, like anytime there's different types of water, like hot dog water, kind of like if it's like a gross water, then I'd be like, ugh, like this is
Yes,
that
totally.
that takes it up a notch too. And I would assume that airplane storage water has like a little film grossness to it. So,
But flying is so fucking uncomfortable as is. You add some wetness to that, and it's going to be all over their bags and shit, I'm sure.
yeah.
And your seat is just not dry if you go back. Those people, like, where did they put them? Did they stand the rest of were they in the jump seat? Where did they go?
I think you just got to wear it. Right?
But, like, how did they land, though? Like, they definitely had to go against a bunch of regulations where people weren't in their seat when they land, unless if they...
I would say
You would say
that's,
that-
get in
Wait,
your
so you
seat.
think those people just got rained on?
I
when they fucking-
think it's like, hey, this is a tough break, and we'll make it up to you with a free flight or 2 free flights or something. But you can't just be in the aisles or like it's you just gotta wear that water for a bit. And we're British Airways. We're sorry.
I guess so. All right, that's the rundown. Any after show, Dave? What do you got on your mind?
I got a beef with you, Ed.
Oh God.
I don't know what it is yet, but
How
I
much
got a
time
beef
do we
with
have?
you.
What's
I
your
got a
beef?
little after show. We got the KFC Radio Boys in town this week, so we're gonna have a little meet and greet if you're in Chicago at the Barstool River North Bar, 14 Hubbard Street. So that'll be fun on Friday. It's like a happy hour deal. So if you're coming, you're working downtown, swing by, and then they got their live show. So I'm excited for that. It's at Park West. Yeah. So cool venue. Right
Nice
where I
block.
used to live. Yeah. So that used to be like one of the best blocks in the city. They had
Oh, yeah.
Stanley's, they had Gamekeepers, and now like all those places are shut down. But Park West lives on, Clark and Armitage. So we'll see you guys there Saturday night.
What's your beef with me?
I tried to
I
give you
haven't
time to think
decided
of
yet.
one. Oh, I got
Just your
something
general,
else.
yeah. You.
I'll just leave. I don't want to spoil anything. Dave came out as a cat guy today.
That's not true.
Wait, they're not gonna see that for
I know.
weeks to come.
I know. I'm just teasing it,
It's not
but
true.
Dave's a cat guy.
Dave
I
is a
don't
cat
dislike
guy.
cats. I've never owned a cat. Never had a cat.
Our producer's a cat guy.
Cat guy Dave.
Can you
Tom-
imagine that when he goes out of town, he has to get people to watch his cat?
That'd be embarrassing to ask. Like me, like everybody's lining up to watch my dog because he's the best. If I was at, hey, can you watch my cat?
Well, now Tom knows he can turn to you in a
It
time
is-
of need.
Yeah, it's inconvenient. I've relied on Danny. Shout out Danny. He's
Does he
like my-
really watch your cat?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've told him every time. I'm like, hey man, I'm really sorry to ask, but you're the only guy who consistently says yes. You could say
God.
no at any point. But.
If you needed me to, I would.
All right, thanks. I appreciate that, Dave.
But that's like.
Would you trust your cat with Dave?
Yeah, it's
It's
a
a
matter.
cat.
It's
The
a matter of
cats
just
are
showing
so
up.
much easier than dogs.
All you have to do is just open the door, see that she's alive, check the food and water, and like spend
Yeah.
maybe 5 minutes, and she's good to go.
You ever heard of was it toxoplasmosis?
Yeah, that's for like the brain eating.
It's like a
Virus,
parasite.
right?
Yeah.
Parasite, yeah.
Amoeba?
Yeah, it's like something in their shit where it gets in the air, and it like literally like if you ever heard like the expression "crazy cat lady"?
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently that's
Okay.
founded in like truth.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
because it's toxoplasmosis.
WTF.
Is
Well,
there
it
you go.
something
Even more reason to hate cats.
You love cats.
Holy
come on.
shit.
Yeah.
Does Dave's dog live with him more or other people, Chief?
I would say Dave has that dog 60% of the time, and his brother has it, probably 30, and maybe his dad 10.
No, my dad's only had
5.
him a couple of times total. My brother takes him all the time because he wants to take him.
Yeah, no,
He's like,
but
hey, what are you doing today? Can I use your car? Can I take Ace to Michigan to take him to the sand dunes? Sure.
yeah,
Go for it.
Well, I would say in the last 2 months when you've been Nashville, Nebraska, New York, all over the place, I would say your brother's had him more than you. Yeah.
No, probably about 50-50 the last couple months.
Okay.
But he's the most low. He's basically like a cat where
Your brother?
He's so low. No, my dog.
Oh.
He's the most low maintenance dog of all time.
Yeah.
He's insanely easy to watch.
So
His
is my-
owner is not, though.
So is my cat. So whenever you want to watch her, it's just
Mika.
Mika. Yeah.
Mika.
Named after
Great
Mika
play out
Zibanejad.
front.
Yeah.
Great play out front for Mika.
It really
Well,
was.
here's
yeah.
the thing. You live very far from me now. Chief, on the other hand, doesn't.
True.
Right down Cornelia.
True.
I know a girl who would be thrilled to watch Mika.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll ask her.
Yep. Yep.
Buy a shirt. Chief's got a great shirt on. Buy that
Oh,
shirt.
yeah.
The Eddie ice cream shirt.
Yeah.
And these hats, too.
We got awesome hats. We got a bunch of Chicago stuff. Great swimming trunks and whatnot. Go check that out. Thanks for watching the rundown today. There will be one more rundown tomorrow. Watch that too. And we'll see you guys next Wednesday.